This is In Class with Miss Palma. Today, our first lesson will be scientific notation. Scientific notation is an easy way to write large numbers in a smaller form in a way that they are easy to read and write. It's just like magic. Our scientific notation is expressed as A times 10 to the power of B, where variable A must be greater than 1 and less than 10. Let's take an example. We have 98,000. We would have to start at the last zero, and we move it 4 times because it has to be greater than 1 and less than 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 9.8 times 10 to the 4th power. However, the exponents are not always positive. They can be positive or negative. So let's take a negative example. We have 7.55 times 10 to the negative 4th power. Since it's negative, we'd have to move it the other way. So we would have 7.55, 1, 2, 3, 4. And our answer will be 0.00755. There. Our next lesson is going to be discount, markups, commission, and interest. Discount represents reduction of the price. In other words, it's the amount that's subtracted from the original price. Markup represents increase in the price. Commission represents the amount of money earned. These are usually involving percents. The formula for interest is I equals P times R times T, where I is the interest, P is the principal amount, R is the rate in percent, and T is the time they might use, months or years. Here's an example of markup. Carmen went shopping for jeans. The jeans were originally $20, but the store had a 5% markup. How much will jeans cost after the markup has been included? So we can't multiply percent, so we have to change that to a decimal by moving it 2 places to the left. So we'd have 5%, 1, 2. So it's 0.05, and we'd multiply that by the $20, by the price that the jeans were originally, which is $20. So it's 20 times 0.05. And we get $1. So then we have to add that to the original price. And we'd be left with $21. So after the markup is included, the jeans will be on sale for $21. Next we'll learn about the Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem always involves a right triangle. The Pythagorean theorem includes 2 legs and 1 hypotenuse. The formula for the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where leg, well, it really doesn't matter which leg is a squared or b squared, but we can just do this. Let this leg be a squared, this leg be b squared, and the hypotenuse always has to be c squared. Let's take an example. We have our right triangle. One of the sides has a length of 3, the other one has a length of 4, and our hypotenuse has a length of 5. Now remember, they always have to be squared, so it's 3 squared, 4 squared, and 5 squared. So now since the formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, we have to check if this is the correct number for the hypotenuse. 3 squared equals 9. 4 squared equals 16. 9 plus 16 equals 25. And the square root of 25 equals 5. So this is correct. Our next section is area, perimeter, and volume. Let's start with the area of a trapezoid. The formula for the area of a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. Where this is base 1, this is base 2, and this is the height. Let's move on to a rectangle. The area of a rectangle is base times height, where this is the height and this is the base. The area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, where this is the height and this is the base. Now these are the formulas, and all you have to do, once you have all the numbers in the proper place, plug in the numbers and solve for the area. Now let's move on to perimeter. To find a perimeter, all you have to do is add up all the sides. Let's start with the rectangle. We know that these two sides are the same, so this will be 2, and so are these. And this will be 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So 6 plus 4 equals 10, and 10 is our perimeter. The perimeter of a circle is much different than the perimeter of other shapes. The equation for circumference is pi d. If they give you the radius, multiply the radius by 2, and then get the result and multiply it by pi. So let's solve this. We know 2 times 2 is 4, and pi is approximately 3.14. So now we do 3.14 times 4. We get 12.56 is our circumference. Now let's move on to volume. To find the volume, we use the equation length times width times height. Let's take an example. We have 4. 4 is our length times 2, which is our width, and times 3, our height. 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 3 is 24. So 24 would be our volume. Our last topic is going to be slope of a line and linear functions. Slope is the ratio of the line's vertical change called rise to its horizontal change called run. Slope equals m, which equals rise over run, and equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If the slope rises, it is positive. If it falls, it's negative. Here's an easy way to remember that. Let's take a look at the slope, Mr. Slope Guy's eyebrows. If they rise, they're positive. If they go down, they're negative. The line that goes straight down is undefined, and if it goes straight across, it's a zero slope. Now let's take a look at slope in a set form. Y equals mx plus b. A non-functional form would be 3x plus 7y. That's not correct. And a slope function would be y equals 3x plus 7. You better have learned something.
Okay.
Alright.
Definitely a blooper.
One example of scientific notation is a times 10.
Cut.
Here's an example of my They are easy to read and write. One example of scientific notation is a times 10. Must be greater than 1 and less than 10.
Cut.
And less than 10. On to volume. To find a volume, we use the equation 3 length times width times height.